Okay. Hi, comic book fans, and welcome to another show of For the Price Variance. And I'm very sad to report that this is our last of our short series on B-list characters. Okay, it's very sad. It's all over. This is the last one. So when you've watched my one, you can go and watch Alan's one we've just recorded, but then that's it. So make the most of this show because it's the last one of these. Next week, we will be doing something different. Okay, Alan, who is your B-class character, B-tier character this week?
You can grab one that's really easy. I'm not going to do Miss Mask.
Goodness me.
Yeah. I'm going to do another character. Okay, I said I wasn't going to do this. I told you.
You told me you weren't going to do Miss Mask.
Yeah, but I feel like I have to do Miss Mask. I feel like I have to. The world wouldn't be quite right if I didn't do Miss Mask. So I'm going to do Miss Mask. I'm going to grab it. It's right here next to me. It's just staring at me. It's like saying, do me, have me on the show. Okay, so Miss Mask. We love Miss Mask. Okay, so Miss Mask is just this awesome character. She has no superpowers. She's like totally weak. She often gets captured by the people that she's trying to like investigate. Her boyfriend is kind of like a detective. And then when she dresses up as Miss Mask, she's a detective too. That's what it's like. She's a fun character. She wears these sexy clothes and stuff, and she runs around getting either like tied up by the people that she's chasing after, or but yet in the comics they always respect her. They always treat her like, oh wow, Miss Mask saved the day, and even though she's usually the one getting saved. But she's kind of an interesting character. She really doesn't have any powers. But she's kind of fun. She's like a socialite who masks around as a vigilante kind of thing, kind of fun character. I just like Miss Mask. She's great. She's awesome.
Is that her?
And Mark loves her too. He just doesn't realize it.
Yeah, well, I've heard so much about her. I have no choice. Is that her first appearance? That one?
I'm going to grab her first appearance. Her first appearance is up here. This is her first appearance, but she didn't make it on the cover.
No, I have seen.
So this is Exciting Comics 51.
Yeah. And
this is her first appearance. Her first cover appearance is up there in Exciting Comics 53.
See it, yeah. Okay.
Kind of see it up there.
Yeah.
But they kind of changed her costume. They kept on at first it was kind of a little bit more toned down. Then they made it more sexy. Then later on, when they kind of brought her back, they toned it down again. It's just like they kind of go all over the place. I kind of like the crop top version of her, so it's kind of more sexy. I kind of think it's cool. So yeah, so that's my Miss Mask. I had to bring her on. I just had to. I'm going to show one more because I love her Miss Mask. One more Miss Mask. Boo boo, Miss Mask. More Miss Mask. Okay.
Oh, that's very nice. Miss Mask,
yeah,
the artist in this one.
The artist, yeah. And she's this is a Black Terror. That's the guy's name.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a good guy. So yeah. So okay. And the great thing about Miss Mask is she was drawn by Alex Schomburg, just one of the great Golden Age artists. So awesome character. Okay. Enough Miss Mask.
I have to say, I didn't think we were going to get through this without seeing Miss Masks, and I was right. Right. Okay, so my B-list character. This is a series from the early 90s, well, from 1990 it started. It went on for a fair amount of time. It was sort of part of the British, what was known as the British invasion of comics. So we had Neil Gaiman writing Sandman, we had Grant Morrison writing Animal Man, and we had Pete Milligan writing this character, Shade the Changing Man. So Shade the Changing Man had been created by Steve Ditko prior to this. I'm not doing Steve Ditko's Shade the Changing Man. I'm doing Pete Milligan's one because it is a different character, really. In fact, Pete Milligan says, you know, he refers to the previous stories, and basically it was created by this guy as he was traveling to Earth. The previous stories were just a story. So this is the real this is the real Shade the Changing.
This is the real Shade.
It is crazy. It is typical Pete Milligan psychedelic craziness. You know, we have got in issue 2, we address the issue of who killed JFK. You know, really sort of, I think this was a bit ahead of its time, to be honest with you. You know, this could come out today and people would be, you know, raving about it. And again, issue 3, again, all the president's assassins were on JFK again. This did run for quite a period of time. Just a few crazy psychedelic covers. I mean, the story is equally crazy and all over the place. Shade himself in this series does get killed 3 or 4 times and brought back as different people. It really is. If you want to, you know, have a way out experience, here we go. You know, this is really sort of like psychedelic stuff. And this one is interesting. This is issue 50. Now I'm showing this because actually in issue 50 there is a cameo appearance of Death from Sandman.
That's cool.
Yeah, so if you want to do a bit of specking, this will be a dollar bin comic. You know, all these Shade the Changing Mans you can pick up for nothing.
Really cheap. Yeah.
But if you want to pick one up, I suggest issue 50, because if Death takes off when the Sandman series comes out, this is one of Death's appearances, not in the Sandman. There you go. Shade the Changing Man by Pete Milligan. Great.
Awesome. Wow. Okay. It's not Miss Mask, but it'll do.
It's not. Yeah, and I haven't talked about Shade the Changing Man in virtually every price variant show. Right. So that's your lot. That is the end of the B-list character short and sweet shows. So next week, it's going to be something really interesting. Allan and I are going to be talking and trying to set a trend in the comics world. Okay. Allan's got a really good idea, and I think it's a really great idea, and we're going to try and influence the whole of the comics community. So you want to tune in next week to hear what it is we're going to be talking about, because it could be revolutionary. Not saying